Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Center of Light. Hope you're doing well on this Tuesday night. Boy, we're going to have one hell of a hell, Antichrist. We're going to have one hell of a time. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here again. Let me see who's here. Lulu Turner's in the house. Kim Bellardini, Brenda, hi Brenda. Kelly, Melanie, April, Jennifer Smith, Rick Vito. You still owe me $2 in gas, bro. Jessica says, I can't wait to hear this. Mary, hi Mary. Brenda Smoke. Andrew Macon, who is it today? It's the Antichrist. I like your profile picture, kind of fits. It's the Joker with Australian dude. What's his name? I can't forget the guy who died. The guy who did the best Joker ever. Kevin Markham, Shelley Williams, Trey McDonald, Paul Brown. Give Paul Brown a Facebook poke. Karen Renando, Darlene Mamad Angel, Jackie Atwell, Sean McDonald, Robert Schalch. I'm going to get your name right one day, brother. Please forgive me. Angie Beavers, Frankie Holly. There might be many Frankies, but there's only one Frankie Holly. I think it's Frankie Holly. He's the Antichrist. By the way, y'all, tonight the presentation title is Who is the Antichrist? And I am going to name a name. Oh, my God. I'm not going to name a name. I'm going to single someone out. How's that? And no matter who or what I would say, you're not going to like it. But I'm actually going to do that. Pretty ballsy, huh? Kim King Mullen, Elwood Cowart, Josephine Louise. That's as far as my feed is going to let me go. Hello, everyone. The Antichrist is in the house, y'all. You're not going to believe who I say it is. But I'm going to tell you because I love you. Let's go through the dance. If you would, please share this to your wall. Those you want to enlighten with something a little different. In this forum somewhere, you'll see a group of links. One of those links is to YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me some thumbs up, some comments in my archived interviews. Donation link for my work because I'm able to do this full time. Not have to charge. Appreciate your support, all of you, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Couple of movie links there. Just look through those links. They are important. They are part of Center of Light. What is Center of Light? I am Center of Light. Right there. Oh, by the way, y'all, check out my shirt. Anybody get it? I want to say thanks to Anita Morton for buying me the shirt. Chicken pot pot. Thank you, Anita. I am the light. I am the center of light. You are center of light. Because in the center, what exists there is light. We are it. Tonight we're going to talk about that which is not light. Tonight's presentation is Who is the Antichrist? This is going to be a wild ride, y'all. I'm going to point him out. Keith, don't you think that's dangerous? I like playing the game. You're not going to like the answer. No matter who I single out, you're not going to like it. I also want to say thanks to Tom Schaefer at videoshow.live. He's starting a radio show hub kind of thing. Very nice. Very well done. You can find this broadcast at videoshow.live/center. Go check it out. It's really, really cool. In fact, I think Jackie Atwell is over there. She may be here now, but hi, Jackie, wherever you are. Sandra Souza's in the house. Souza. Tom Schaefer, if you're in I just talked about you, literally. I mean, I just finished my sentence. If you just approved my post in your forum, come join us in Facebook or in Excuse me. VLive dot. Get that out. Let me give that shout out again. Videoshow.live/center. So Center of Light Radio is now 24/7-ish. When I'm not doing a feed like now, Center of Light, all my presentations, all of my archived radio show videos are there. Check it out. It's going to be on my wall. I would like everyone here to please go to facebook.com. Please, you can always choose not to do it, but please do it. Look up Center of Light Radio on Facebook, or go to facebook.com/Center of Light Radio. Like that page. I want to start moving my work to Center of Light Radio on Facebook. I am now giving readings and counseling. I don't jack around. We get down to it. We'll get as deep and as micromanagement as you want. We're going to find whatever the it is, pro or con, expansion or whatever it is that you might need my services for or ask. And I will grab you and throw you off the cliff. What does that mean? It means I'm going to pick you up by your pants and throw you off the cliff. I'm going to put you into the situation until you okay your way out of it. Because I love you. Hello, Diana McNeil. I am doing readings now, private readings. My prices are low compared to everybody else. And what you will get is not fluff and bing bang. Bling bling. No fluff and bling bling. None. We're going to get real. Isn't that what you want? You can let me know here, Keith, I want a reading or counseling or discussion. Or you can send me a personal Facebook inbox stating just that, and we'll get right on it tonight. Hello, everybody. Jason Doyle up in here. Hide your personal things. I'm jacking with you, bro. Welcome, my friend. Tonight's presentation is who is the Antichrist? And I'm going to single that person out. You're not going to like it. It'll make sense to you later. Stick around. Commercial break. Be right back. Let's see what's in order. Yeah, you might want to take a breath. You're going to need to breathe for this one. I'll see you in a minute.
Trust that I will guide you in whatever you do. Just remember to breathe and do your very best to live in love, give in love, be in love, and love you shall receive.
to know all the wisdoms in my soul. All along I knew the way. Time has told me every day to breathe, breathe and expand myself, to know there is no one else but me and God who's in my heart. So I'll breathe, breathe and expand myself and know there is no one else but me and
Hello, beautiful friends. Keith Anthony Blanchard here with an amazing product offer. We have been hearing about hemp oil for the last couple of years and its potential. Let me introduce you to my dear friend, Miss Jackie Atwell. Our oil helps bring your body back to a state of wellness. It is also used as a preventative from illness. It works by bringing the body back to homeostasis and balance. It's a natural, organic, non-GMO, full-spectrum oil. Third-party tested and comes with a certificate of analysis. Posted on our information page. Awesome anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. If you are suffering in silence, give it a try. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. 60-day empty bottle money back guaranteed refund. To order, go to www.hempworks.com/Jackie Atwell. That's www.hempworks.com/Jackie Atwell. Welcome back to Center of Light. All my beautiful family. You just heard Lavender Soul. soundtrack to the divine principle. And we'll try to get the cover. There we go. The cover is the same. That was the reason. Interested in Lavender Soul, let me know. Be glad to send you a CD. They are for sale. By the way, Lavender Soul is going, we made the phone call today. Probably not this Sunday coming, but next Sunday we're going to start recording our new album. We're going to write the songs in the studio as we do it. How cool is that? Welcome, everyone. Let me look at the room. Finally, we'll get down to some madness. Some madness. Some antichristic madness. Whose is the Antichrist? Who is that person? Who is that person? You're not going to like the answer. I understand why you have not been sharing this presentation to you all. Because you know I'm going to name it. And you're scared. I'm just jacking around, everyone. I like having a little bit of fun. But on a serious note, who is the Antichrist? Who is it? I heard at one time it could have been Napoleon. Well, let's explore the possibilities. This forum, thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. I love me some Mark Zuckerberg. I'll take him out. I even buy him some lobster. Give him a kiss when I drop him off at the door. This platform serves me well. I'm grateful. So who is the Antichrist? It's a very serious question. It's a valid question. But we have to ask ourselves, or we could ask ourselves, where is my curiosity coming from? Am I launching from a space of well-being? Or am I launching from a space of just absolute nonsense? That is what my platform is for. To the best of my ability. And I humble myself at every possible moment to say, teacher, please come on my show and teach. I want to learn. That is what this vehicle is for. Center of light. Friend, you're it. You matter to me. Who is this Antichrist person? On purpose, again, no judgment, take in this image and what it feels like. What does that feel like? Not good, right? There's even a light in his eye. Ooh, the deception. We were told through scripture, Satan is going to appear as the angel of light. There's a glimmer of hope in his eye, and he shares that glimmer of hope with everyone. Okay. Well, let's play the game. What else is there to do? How else do you answer the riddle? How else do you address the problem? How else do you see the truth? How else? What else? If we are stumped by this archetype, this idea, it has a death grip from hell around our unconscious collective throats. Well, I suggest we get real, honest, brave, put on our big boy and big girl pants, and turn on the light and see what's happening in the dark. Make sense? Of course it does. So who is this Antichrist? Who is the Antichrist? Is it this smashing debonair gentleman? Was it him? Was it this distinguished looking guy? Was it this rebel? Or anyone that looks like him? You're not going to like it when I reveal who it is. Is it this smooth, charismatic guy? Is it him? Is it this lady from Little Rock, Arkansas? Uh-oh. State of the Union. Is it this guy? Some people even say it could very well be in the very near future, this guy. Emmanuel Macron. Could be that guy. Could be all these people. Any of these people. Now let's get real, y'all. Could it be this guy? Playing fields even, y'all. See, I don't jack around. Or the final who it could be. Ready for this one? All ready? Could it possibly be and the winner is So you're probably saying, what the fuck? Jessica said, I knew it. Melanie said, blah. It's you. It's you. All right, so I got the rest of the presentation to prove it. And I'm very confident I will do just that. It's not an arrogance. Could be. I'm okay with that. I can be an arrogant bastard sometimes. But I take what I do very, very seriously. Very seriously. I will explain all that shortly. Now that I gave the big reveal, I'm going to break and guffaw. I love the English language. Guffaw means to just bust out laughing. I got to release some of this tightness in my solar plexus. So I'm going to be right back. Lavender de Soul. It's not a cliffhanger on purpose. I'm going to be right back. And I'm going to unfold, and in the future have told how you are the Antichrist. I'm going to lay it out. It's going to be easy. Just stick around. It'll make sense. It'll unfold. I trust that it will unfold. Going to be right back. Let's see what Lavender de Soul song is appropriate. How about none of that? I want to introduce you to a dear friend of mine by the name of Andrea Forrest. She has this beautiful song called The Song of Peace. Have it calm down your antichristic tendencies. It'll make sense. I'll see you shortly. Greetings, my Broham and Sistar astronauts. Are you ready to launch to inner space? YahNahVah here, speaking with another amazing product, Dream Leaf. Dream Leaf is a highly effective lucid dreaming supplement that creates the right neural environment for lucid dreaming to occur. It increases dream recall, dream vividness, and promotes high-level lucid dreams. It is composed of a red pill and a blue pill. Each pill plays an important role in the process of successful lucid dream induction. Dream Leaf targets and lengthens your natural REM cycle because this is the stage of sleep when lucid dreaming occurs. The two parts of this supplement are composed of natural herbs that strengthen the mind. The blue pill and the red pill contain 5 of the most effective lucid dream herbs. The blue pill promotes restful deep sleep, causes REM rebound effect, and elevates dream creativity. The red pill promotes lucid dreams, improves memory, dream recall, and increases dream control. I highly support this product. My ongoing experience with Dreamleaf is absolutely beyond this world. Dreamleaf, I have mine. It works. It works. If you have a spare $25 a month, and $25 a month is worth it to you to become hyper lucid, I'm talking about talk to your deceased loved ones kind of hyper lucid. No joke. I don't jack around. Dreamleaf. Jackie, I saw your question. It's a valid question, and I am going to address that point. I know that when I came into this presentation, I was being a goofball. Hello? Chicken pot pie. I am a goofball. I love my goofballness. Keeps things light, not so serious. But I'm very serious about what I do. So I definitely will address that question because, and I'm glad you thought of it, because that validates how important it is. But we're going to get to a place of understanding that, no joke, the Antichrist ultimately is you. It may not make sense to you right now. Hang tight. Welcome everyone, my beautiful family. Here we go. The Antichrist is happening all around you right now. I'm moving a document. Excuse me. The Antichrist is happening all around you right now. For those who have been following me for a while, and if you knew, then pretend you've been following me for a while. Do you not believe what I've been telling you? The space programs that you don't know about. Monsanto, Big Pharma, vaccines, chemtrails, weather manipulation, the lies, the deception, the politics, the religions, the churches, the separation, the Antichrist. Wow! And suddenly, with the light of education and consciousness, things become revealed. Just like that. The Antichrist is happening all around you. Do you not believe what I've been telling you? The space programs, the secret space programs. Space Force now it's called, to bring it to the public slowly but surely. Congratulate whoever allowed that piece of juicy, delicious disclosure in. Validates the points I've been making. The space programs that you don't know about. Monsanto, Big Pharma, vaccines, chemtrails, weather manipulations, chemtrails, weather manipulations, chemtrails. And I got a piece of information today from Spirit. I was doing my dishes. Another reason for the chemtrail excuse me, agenda is for the purpose of blocking out the sun. Not only because of the aluminum and all the toxins that we could breathe. This is not blaming, shaming, or gaming. The Antichrist is me. It's you. That sounds like a big burden, doesn't it? Carrying the torch of divinity is so much lighter than carrying the burden or the cross of pain, ignorance, and fear. Trust me. They're trying to block out the sun, block out the light. The movie, The Matrix, they were in the software, the program. He said, "We don't know who scorched the sky, but I'm pretty sure we did." It's prophecy. It's happening everywhere. It's happening in your life. And I told you you're not going to like it. And you are the cause of it. Didn't feel so good, did it? Felt like a chop to the throat, a punch in the solar plexus, a kick in the groin. You don't have to like it. But when you love it and appreciate your power to do what it takes to move out of everyone's antichristic nature, the whole world shifts. It is a worldwide movement. It was a worldwide movement. The antichristic worldwide movement. And just about everyone to some degree, to some level, bought into it. How is that possible, you may ask? I have the rest of this presentation to show you why. If you're here to learn something, stay open, learn. The Antichrist is happening all around you. Do you not believe what I've been telling you? The space programs that you don't know about, Monsanto, Big Pharma, vaccines, chemtrails, weather manipulation, the lies, the deception, the politics, the religion, the churches, the separation, the Antichrist. This is our involvement, conscious or not. You can never undo. If you want to leave this broadcast right now, because you don't want to hear what you are responsible for-ish. No, we're not going to soften it. What you are responsible for, as to why we have all been gifted this birth in this pivotal time, to help the world shift into the Christ or the Antichrist. And it's you. It's me. You never knew you had so much power, did you? And that were entrusted with it. Do you understand? Do you feel me? This is not some fanaticism, religious cult. It is a cult. I'm literally trying to create a cult. A cult of people that as I plant seeds, it brings about a culture of people that are awakened to a very simple idea. You simply have a choice to live in your antichristic nature or to live in your Christic nature. From the divine principle, Spirit says, those most likely to become candidates for manipulation on a psychic level are the ones who are filled with angry, fearful thoughts. Until you understand who and what the Christ actually is, you will never be able to peg what you call the Antichrist. Something is consuming me, and it ain't the Antichrist. Wow. I can tell you, and I want to share with you exactly what it is, as to why it hit me so hard. Is because in the last thing that was shared, there is such a childlike simplicity, and it houses such punch that you cannot escape the riddle. You can't. Because it puts you in the corner and you have to look at it. Successfully, you will look at it. That's how powerful it is. You're not in the riddle. It puts you in the riddle so you can see the other side of yourself. The Christic nature or the Antichristic nature. And what was said that hit me so hard. Those most likely to become candidates for manipulation on a psychic level are the ones who are filled with angry, fearful thoughts. Until you understand who and what the Christ actually is, you will never be able to peg what you call the Antichrist accurately. Any act not done with Christ in mind would be Antichrist, would it not? It's literally child's play. Well, then let's return to our innocence. Let's be children. Let's look at something very simply. Nothing here is trying to manipulate you. I am not trying to manipulate you. I am asking you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 words, give or take. Any act not done with Christ, not Jesus. Jesus is included. Christ, that which is all good, that connects everything to everything. Any act not done with Christ in mind would be Antichrist, would it not? What can you say to that? Nothing. Now we're going to jump in a little deeper. Because my mission, what's expected of me now is to, for the rest of this presentation, is to reveal how you are that. My presentation tonight is not about staining the beauty of your life. We have a responsibility. And as I said, if you want to exit, do it now. Because once you hear something, you become conscious. And when you become conscious of an idea, you become accountable. Whoa. It's you. You carry a torch of light. And the job for the rest of your life now is help the world, because you can't undo what I'm telling you, is to shift the world into that dimension. Sleep well, my friend. And I mean it sincerely. So I want to share with you before I get on to some videos. This presentation is going to be a while. I love you. I do my homework. I worked for hours. Yay, easy. I worked for hours because I love my work. And I love seeing people expand. It is my absolute joy. And it is the rest of my life. Tonight's presentation is, who is the Antichrist? And if you're just getting here, for those who are just arriving, I went through a gamut. Hitler, was he the Antichrist? Was it Saddam Hussein? Was it Osama bin Laden? Was it George Bush? I left out Georgie. I left out Papa, and I left out Junior. Ah, well. Was it Hillary? Is it Donald? Who's the Antichrist? And I summed it up. It's you. Hang tight. It'll make sense. Any act done without Christ in mind would be Antichrist, would it not? Who is not, quote, guilty/innocent of that? We've all done things. We still do things. You do it every day. Let me give you a prime example of what Antichrist, the Antichrist that is happening all around. I will eventually lean into the idea of a person that Scripture could have referred to as Antichrist that's coming. But we're going to take care of the foundation first. Our responsibility. And I will reveal to you exactly how much power you have. You have no idea. So we're going to reveal the Antichristic energy around us. This is not pointing finger. Because pointing that finger, remember that finger? Check this finger out. This one right here. That finger that we want to point outward that says you are out there as the Antichristic energy or the person in the future that's supposed to show up according to biblical scripture is the same finger that's pointing back at yourself. That picture was pointing at you and not me. And me and not you. And so forth and so on. Right? So how do we begin to understand the larger arena? Look around you. And I'm going to give you something very simple that's going to reveal the Antichrist as a very complex, evil, to use a word, is very smart. It's very intelligent. Don't kid yourself for a moment. It's not pointing the finger at anyone but ourselves. Let me reveal an antichristic act. For the sake of peace, that's like having sex to remain a virgin. For the sake of peace, we drop bombs. Dropping bombs, is that a Christed act? Very simple question. You don't even have to respond. It's simple. 1 + 1 is 2. I'm not saying that there comes a time when might, from a balanced perspective, is not allowed. I'm talking about going to a country and dropping bombs no matter what country you are and whatever reason you think that justifies your dropping bombs. I'm talking about walking around with guns and this and that. It's all these different examples that I can give. Cussing someone out. Aggression. Leaning outward very aggressively. Very forcefully. This is not the way of the Christ at all. Yeah, but this is not the way of the Christ. The Christ never went outward. Never. Every one of his teachings is about go within. Seek ye the kingdom of God within. Am I not in my Father, and my Father in me, and I in you? Look at the birds. Are they not fed and clothed, and are you not greater than they? You think these are just metaphors? In the words of the Christ, none of them, he may have spoken parables, but they're all realistic and they're childlike. That's Christic nature. Childlike. You must be childlike to enter. And when we get in our adult years, in our bully years, You get a little brawny. Get a little cocky. I'd like to give you an idea before I share with you a couple of presentations, videos, about what is good and bad. Donald Trump's good for a lot of people. Donald Trump's bad for a lot of people. This person is good, this person is bad. It goes on and on and on. Who holds the truth? It's a nonsensical, noisy dance that I cannot function in. So what is truly good and bad? That's a very powerful, beautiful, deserving question. Let's bring it to light. Let's play the game. Good. Here's a baseball bat. Good or bad? Well, that's good. People play recreational sports. They have fun on Sunday while they eat barbecue, drink some beer. Well, not really. This bat last night killed someone. That's bad. Well, not really. The person it killed was a woman needed protection, and someone grabbed the bat to help the woman, and it killed the assailant. Well, that's good. Well, not really. That is like castles in the air. They fall. Good and bad is not what you think it is. Sadhguru, earthly saint, is going to tell you, share with you his mission in his life, who has awareness on 16 dimensions all the time. He's a mystic. He's God. He's connecting to it. He is. When he speaks, I suggest find this beautiful humility that lives inside of you. And like a sponge, simply absorb not only the words which you're going to hear and understand, but you're going to stand under something and stand up for a something. And you will help illuminate the path so we don't create the situation for someone to be the mouthpiece for our collective, unconscious, antichristic tendencies. What teacher do you follow? Christic or antichristic? That's simply a choice. I'm just asking.
To survive, we don't change.
Logical minds. In the name of your ideas, in the
I'm trying to equate this to like polarity. I mean, we have light and dark, and we have hot and cold. Do we have an evil and a not evil, if you will, or a good and bad?
See, good and bad is not in terms of your belief or your idea. Anything that sustains and enhances life is what life should be looking for. See, don't look at yourself as a person. Don't look at yourself as a man. Don't look at yourself as an American. Don't look at yourself from any identity. You just look at yourself as a piece of life, which is the reality, isn't it? You're just a piece of life. So what is life looking for? Always seeking how to enhance it, isn't it? If somebody, because of his ideas or his nonsense, is going against this basic happening of life and enhancement of life, we generally term it negative, or maybe we can call it bad or evil. but it's just a word. Fundamentally, you're going against your own life. That is the negativity. So in that context, yes, but not as a morality, because moralities keep changing. From society to society it's different. From generation to generation it's different, isn't it? Isn't it so?
Yes. Is there an opposite of love?
An opposite of love?
Yes. Is there something opposed to love?
Generally we are thinking love, hate are two opposite things. But it is not essentially so. They're just the flip side of the coin, two sides of the coin. See, you can't hate somebody that you have nothing to do with. You're in love with somebody and it turns negative for some reason, that's when real hate, isn't it? So, is hate opposite to love? In a way, it is, but fundamentally it is not. In a basic way, it is not. On the surface, it is. I would say attachment is more against love than hate.
What about indifference?
You would always connect love and attachment. Love and attachment have nothing to do with each other. Hate and attachment more connected, because if it falls this way it becomes love, if it falls that way it becomes hate. Attachment, see, the moment attachment enters your life, anxiety comes. Once anxiety comes, fear follows. Once fear comes, madness will follow. Now your child went to school, supposed to come back at 5 o'clock. 6, not come back, anxiety. 7, not come back, madness. 8, not come back, gone, totally insane, isn't it? So, suddenly you cannot become mad. It is just that it's always there, it just needs a situation to expose you, that's all. It needs a little extreme situation to expose you. It's always there with you. The moment you enter the attachment, you have entered into madness. But right now you're always thinking love and attachment. The nature of love, if we want to use an analogy, love is like a flower, You should hold it in your hand, you have to walk carefully. You can't do like this. It'll just fall apart in your hands. You have to walk carefully with it. But attachment is not like that, it is concretized. It is like a plastic flower. Plastic is never flower. You may make it look like that, you may spray perfumes on it, but it's not flower. Flower is that which flowers, isn't it? Plastic is not flower. So if you keep flowers in your house, you have to watch it 10 times a day. It's a nuisance actually, but it's life. If you buy plastic flowers, 5 years guarantee. You don't have to look at it. It's always there. If your children are being very naughty, you can pull it out of the vase and whack them with it. Guests are coming, you can put it back. It just serves all purposes, multi-purpose, it's guaranteed, it's convenient, it's cheaper. In every way it makes sense, but it's not life. That's the big difference. That is the phenomenal difference, isn't it? It's everything, but it's not life. Right now, that's what is happening to your logical minds. In the name of your ideas, in the name of your principles, in the name of your moralities, in the name of your belief systems, you have everything. But life is not enhanced, life is hugely reduced. Everything else is there. What is the point? This whole thing is about life, isn't it? Yes? This is not about your car, This is not about your bloody bank balance. This is not about your wife or your children or anything. This is about life, isn't it? All these damn things you brought into your life to enhance your life, isn't it so? Yes? Your relationships, your money, your property, your conveniences, your gadgets, you brought it into your life to enhance your life. They are of no consequence by themselves. So, when you go logically, after some time, you forget that it's about life. All the other things you will have. You will have all the frills, no skirt. That's a bad way to dress, isn't it?
Welcome to Center of Light. For those who have been around, and for those in the future who are going to watch this presentation, go back. But for those who have been around, it's starting to make sense, didn't it? Jackie, I saw both of your points, and I want to address those. But I think Sadhguru addressed them quite well, as well as what I say often about perspective, pulling back. The drama seems so real. And it is real for those who are so directly involved. But for everyone that is the entertainment or the show, the drama of the play, planet Earth, all the world's a stage. When we back up enough, even the misery, even the pain, even the struggle and the efforting somehow begins to look beautiful. I can't explain it any other way. Because everything is always unfolding into a beautiful possibility. Everything is learning. Everything is turning, churning, burning, yearning within itself to know the greatest possibility. And it's either of a Christic nature or an Antichristic nature. Now, those who are living and dwelling and causing the trouble that are in the Antichristic energy, some may not know that they're doing it. They're just creatures of habit. Children don't learn by language. They learn by observation. And for some, they may have never been around other role models. It doesn't nullify or excuse that kind of behavior. It puts the responsibility right there. Right there. That's the power. Sadhguru just said, this is not about your job. This is not about your money. This is about becoming so illuminated that we remove our own antichristic tendencies. And when we do that, the filter of what we always saw as good, bad, right, wrong, in, out, up, down, when it becomes removed, the light begins to move through our being purely, and everything gets revealed. There are no more lies. There are no more secrets. There's no more any of that. Everyone is playing the game. The object is that everyone becomes conscious of the game. Hello, beautiful peeps. Francisco Javier Osa Adriasola. I love his names. I love that guy. I do. This guy is powerful. Check him out. Francisco, if you would, brother, please feel free to grab your be spiritual, be kind, be loving, that, or whatever it is you want to drop into my feed. Jump seat to Francisco. The boy's on fire. He understands. Fire. Check him out. He does readings. He's there for entertainment. He will fill you with delight. He will enlighten you. He will motivate you. I love him. What's up, Beth? Nori Love in the house. Gotta love some Nori. Karen, Kristen, Maria. So for those, is it starting to make sense to you? that you have a divine torch to carry now. So the question that my beautiful friend Jackie, she didn't ask a question, but it was a question. What about these things, basically? Bad people doing bad things. Oh, I hear you. I get it. I get equally as pissed off as you. I do. And then when I'm done with that, I put it aside and see the truth. I don't have to like it. Because in my not liking it, like Sadhguru says, hate and love are not opposites. In fact, they're the very same thing. Attachment and love are opposites. And if I'm attached and I'm in love with this idea about being mad at those people doing something, I can't get away from it. But I do understand. I live in that place as well. I feel like you, like everyone. But the question, my friend, and everyone deserves to ask. I even asked the question. I don't know what's going to transpire between now and what I vessel. I have some things written down, but I'm going to let things move. Coincidentally, I did not put this together. Tonight is Donald Trump's. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. I'm not. I'm Christic. I'm not. See, State of the Union. State of the Union. Not of this or that, but a complete understanding. Light, dark. I am light. I'm a soul of light. I'm a child of God. But I do have dark tendencies. You did it this morning and you know it. Own up to it. You did it today quite a few times and you know it. Own up to it. Was it Christic in nature or anti-Christic? When we become conscious of it, then we unify the light and the dark, and something else begins to happen, and that is called the true birth of the Christ. The illumination, the Holy Spirit, the three, the Trinity. The this, the that, and the other thing. The other thing is what we really all want. And it's probably the most beautiful thing. It's what we all forgot. From my book, The Divine Principle, now that we're starting to understand how the Antichrist being me could apply, because now I'm left with an obligation, a duty, because once I know something, I become accountable. In fact, it's not me. You've been charged. You've already been knighted with a mission. From the Divine Principle, the only way there can be the Antichrist, listen to this. Actually, this is not from the Divine Principle. I vesseled this today because my work is the Divine Principle. I inserted something. The only way there can be an Antichrist is by collective unawareness, by a collective unawareness leader to walk through. What this is saying is, the only way an Antichrist person, whoever it may be, can ever happen, that's just how powerful you are, if we all unconsciously allow the leader to walk into the arena. I just handed you a boulder that's hard to hold, and it's heavy in it. Because the responsibility has just been placed in your lap. My lap. Our collective lap. You can never undo what has been told to you. The only way there can be an antichristed person to appear into the collective arena is by the collective unawareness that allows the leader to walk through. It's you. Me. Keep in mind this is what Spirit told me earlier, in an earlier chapter. Keep in mind what I said earlier, Keith. Your present legislative branch will collapse. It's happening. And it will take many years to rebuild it. Because of this restoration process, many old guard politicians will be forced out. Your new lawmakers will not make law per se, but rather will introduce you to divine law and teach you how to fall into flow with it. Remember, too, that the establishment of divine order is commencing as I speak. This is not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. Swamiji Viswayogi, God-realized man from India, did say 2 years ago that Trump, no, he did not say that. He said that North Korea and America is going to sit down and shake hands about the nuclear disarmament. That did take place. That is no way implying that Swamiji Viswayogi supports Donald Trump. What it is saying is that God is the one in control and is the one orchestrating everything in existence. Is what it's saying. And if Donald Trump came in only for the sole purpose, soul, S-O-L-E, soul, S-O-U-L, purpose, just to shake hands with North Korea, and everything was knuckleheaded nonsense, then so be it. That was the divine will. That's the point being made. So the divine order is commencing as Spirit speaks. That said, it will not do anyone any good to be angry or judgmental about what has happened or what may happen. Do not harden your hearts. Listen, this is very, very important, because everyone is going to look with suspicion, and I understand it, at every potential leader that shows up simply because of biblical prophecy. The one that promises the most good is the likely bastard. That's a double-edged sword. How do you get out of that conundrum? Conundrum? Here it is. I want divine leadership, and this person looks wonderful. Now I'm screwed because that's the likely bad person. What do you do with that? You will never be able to do anything with that until you understand who the Christ actually is, before you can ever understand who the Antichrist is. That's what you do with that. Do not harden your hearts to the point that you do not trust any worthy ones who may enter the political arena. Here's where that big boulder gets placed in your lap again. And my lap again. Because I often don't like it either. If you look to any of them with the intention of finding fault, I have to do this. It makes the point. That will be your own fault. If you look to any of them with the intention of finding fault, that will be your own fault. On the other hand, if you forgive both them and yourselves for whatever you perceive as your shortcomings, you will see that it is my intervention that enabled you to select and accept new leadership and guidance. The dark can never be the light. When it comes down to the scripture that says the Satan disguising himself as the angelic light, it's nonsense. But Keith, that's what scripture says. It's nonsense. You have not finished the riddle if that is what you have stuck in your head like a splinter, like an engram. And the riddle finished out sounds something like this. Simply, how can the dark be the light? So what it really boils down to is your unawareness or your own darkness has not allowed you to see, to truly be able to see that this person is just making hot air, hot-winded promises. It means nothing. There is an ill agenda behind it all. Because it's your responsibility to gain the spiritual expansive awareness as a light worker graced with the blessed opportunity to be incarnated in the most precious time of humanity, to change the world by changing your own. So first and simply, the dark can never be the light, ever. It's nonsensical. So it comes down to responsibility. Or maybe I don't want to own my own unawareness that allowed another knucklehead to come into power. It would be because of our own collective unconsciousness that an Antichrist could rise into power. We're just unconscious. Someone is making fluffy promises. Consciousness says, I am aware of that piece of furniture in the dark. I will not stub my toe. I understand your style and what you represent because I actually understand what the Christ actually is. I understand what the Christ actually is. So now it mirrors to me the exact opposite of what the Christ actually isn't. Dropping bombs to create peace is like fucking to remain a virgin. It's stupid. We're smarter than that. There can never be an Antichrist if no one plays victim. Listen to this. Someone did this to me in the parking lot. Oh, I hear you. Could it be owning the responsibility in it? Somehow, I was unaware as to why I parked so far away. Whatever the situation setup may be. That unawareness brought that horrible person that did that antichristed act to you. I get it. But this is your life. It's not dress rehearsal. This is your life. The empowerment happens when you understand. Here's a Buddhist monk and he's sitting in a valley and he's meditating. Why is he doing that? Seems silly, doesn't it? In all of that, he is creating a tone. In that tone, in that current, underneath all that is an intention of my divine parent. Cradle me. Make me yours. Help me to understand. Never let me go. Kind of idea. He's so serious about it. She is so serious about it. They're lost inside of themselves. To get out of all the nonsense of the human dynamic of what we think is Christ or what we think is Antichrist. There is something else. So the monk sits in the valley. And there's an assassin. Because he's been hired by those who want the land from the monastery owners, the Buddhist monks. So the assassin behind the tree draws a bow. And he's going to release this bow into the Buddhist monk, very vulnerable in the valley, connecting with God. What is going to happen? Is the arrow going to strike its mark? Is the monk going to be so aware of the assassin, he's going to make the bow misfire? Or is he just going to make the guy miss him completely? The monk would not be in that situation in the first place. That is taking responsibility. That is why when we understand that there is no victimization, doesn't mean you tolerate someone else's folly. Boundaries are allowed. After the situation is over and you're left with yourself to reflect on what took place tonight before you got home when you're in that situation, the responsibility falls dead in your lap. or alive in your lap, depending on what you do with this brand new piece of clay that you can sculpture and mold into something beautiful, or it can sit in your lap and look like a dry turd. There can never be an antichristed person to represent a mouthpiece if no one plays victim. This applies to all levels of self-responsibility. Who is the Antichrist? Let me ask you this, and I mean this in all fervor and all love. Seriously. Let's look at it responsibly, honestly. Brothers and sisters of the cloth without the cloth. Whether you know of this beautiful man or not is irrelevant. Take this in. Does it look like this man, this incarnation of God on earth today, my master, my teacher, my Lord, your Lord, whether you know it or not, it is Jesus. What you're looking at is Jesus. What you're looking at is Buddha. What you're looking at is Krishna. What you're looking at is everything that represents all that is beautiful. Do you think that has any concern whatsoever with that? Of course not. So obviously, it's left up. Whatever that thing is, it's left up to Gonna be right back. Stick around. I got a few more minutes in me. I'll see you shortly.
She turned to me and told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. I lay surprised at the simpleness of her soul. Wasting away in a sea of uncertainty. She had stayed with me for days. I needed love in so many different ways. And as I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me. reveal to me the beauty of your soul. I turned away, her light was so blinding, the energy of her love. She said goodbye and turned into a dove. As I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never leave. She turned to me, told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul.
Welcome back, everyone. If you have just arrived or you have not seen this presentation in its entirety from the beginning, I do strongly suggest that you watch it from the beginning so you don't take everything out of the context and the intention of what it is meant and the responsibility that you are charged with if you have the courage to watch it from the beginning. You are that powerful. You deserve to live in that power. In that power, Spirit wants to speak. It just happened. Dear ones, dear ones, dear ones, here we are again with another conundrum, another riddle, another joke. You keep telling yourself from days of old, days of yore, but they no longer have to be days of yours if you choose to just put this silliness idea down. As you have been seen tonight, as you have seen tonight, and been revealed that all the things that are transpiring that are not of the light of the Christic nature or Antichristic. We ask you not to separate entirely from that experience, because in that connection is a responsibility. As Sadhguru so poetically said a little earlier, you cannot separate yourself from love and hate. They're the same. Attachment and love are opposites, not love and hate. You hate something, you dislike something to whatever level, you are loving it to whatever level. It is your responsibility. Doesn't mean that such a one, such a mouthpiece cannot arise through the mayhem, through the quandary. But regardless, it belongs to you. To you. Why? Because you are entrusted with it. Do you trust yourself with it? Becomes this very simple, honest question. What can you do with this? Can you mold that into something beautiful like that clay spoken earlier? Or will it sit on your lap like a dried up turd? Word. In the doing of nothing, nothing but the same can ever occur. which can give rise to someone being the mouthpiece, if you will, for your own unconsciousness. So the reason this was placed in your lap, in your life, on your shoulders, is not because you can't. Simply. How is that even possible, dear one? What would be the purpose of such divine intelligence to place something in your life knowing that you can't? The divine does not waste its, quote, time, pun intended, with such folly, and you yourself will find greater jolly by not doing it as well. Living in such a hell to try to peg and pinpoint such a one other than yourself as being antichristic. When everyone corrects and balances itself, everyone simply becomes aware, can spot a spade and say, this card is not going to be played nor laid. This is not allowed. Simply, it does not require military might. It does not require this unconscious power and unconscious fight. It requires your humble plight. What do I do? Simply. Martin Luther King, perfect example. What do I do? He was crossing the bridge. He wanted to cross it with his people and never allowed. They were going to be brutally beaten. He prayed to God, let us cross the bridge. And eventually it happened. They allowed the Negroes and the white people that supported the Negroes across the bridge. You can do it. The courts allowed it. And before he crossed, he dropped to his knee and said, what do I do? And God said, don't cross it. The point was made. I'm not here to prove a something. I'm here to be in the grace, dropping to that knee, such as Master King. Be the king or the queen of your own dumb, your kingdom or your queendom. The Antichrist rises out of nothing that is conscious. I love you beyond measure. See you really soon. Peace, love, and light. Tomorrow night on Center of Light Radio, PJ Galati, my producer for Do What You Love the movie. Where is that splash screen? I need to write my higher ups about all this nonsense. I need to write the Antichrist about this nonsense with my software. Where is your picture, PJ Galati? I'm going to look one more time and I'll be done with it. And so I'm done with it. Tomorrow night, Center of Light Radio on my wall. Center of Light Radio on Facebook as well. 7 p.m. La La Land with PJ Galati. I'll be seeing you very soon. Peace, love, and live in the light. That's all there is. Unless you choose not to see. See? I love you. All right.